Hey everybody, this is GQ here for What's in the Box. It's not really truly an unboxing, it's more like an unveiling this time around. But before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, join culturejunkies.net, join our Facebook group, search Facebook Culture Junkies. Also, make sure you like, leave a comment, subscribe to our YouTube, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. That way you stay on top of everything that we're doing. So, continuing from that ridiculous unboxing of 2 boxes that I did last time around, we are going to be looking at some of the stuff that I got while I was out in California, doing it big, enjoying myself, having fun, Disneyland trip, Savi's workshop, and also the other secondary store is where these items came from. So enough talking from me. Let's get the first one open. Honestly, this was the one of the first purchases I made outside of getting the custom saber, which is in that tube right there in front of me. So the custom saber, we'll get to that in a moment, but I want to get to these legacy lightsabers because I really was impressed with these when I took a look at them at the shop that they had. I believe it's called Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities or something along those lines. Basically what that means to me is extremely expensive gift shop. And let's get started. Right off the bat, we have Legacy Sabers, Ahsoka Tano's. Now, hers, as you know, she dual wields. She has 2 sabers in hers, so of course hers is the most expensive Legacy Saber set that you can get. These things are freaking amazing. They've got good weight to them. I love the fact that hers, you know, has more of almost like a samurai sword type of design to it, and obviously comes with 2 blades or 2 sabers. Now here's the issue for a lot of people with the stuff at Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities. The Legacy Sabers, as great as they are, unfortunately do not come with blades. You have to buy the blades separately. Now, as you can see, I have some blades right there in front of me. We'll get to those a little bit later in the video as well. But each of those blades, the cheapest one being 45 and the longer one being 50, you kind of see where I'm going with this. Ahsoka Tano's sabers, $200 essentially. You get 2 of them, so hey, I mean, I can see where they're going. The cheapest Legacy Saber, I believe, in the entire park is, I think it was Obi-Wan's, and his was like $130. But again, that's no blade included, so you got to pick your blade, you know, either the 26-inch or the 36-inch. And then add that to your Legacy Saber. So you ain't getting out of there with a Legacy Saber anything under, you know, if you go with a short blade Obi-Wan, you're still looking at about 180 bucks. So, and then of course you also want to get a belt clip. So that's a little bit pricey for some. I myself am an extreme collector, as you guys can see. So I decided to bite the bullet and just go ahead and get that. But that wasn't the only thing I picked up from there. I also, because I just kept, you know, walking around the park after I purchased these, walking around, and decided, you know what? There's one thing that I took away from Attack of the Clones that I actually did like, and that was the styling of Count Dooku's lightsaber. The curved hilt, I thought, was like one of the coolest, you know, things that they added to the, you know, the design of the lightsaber. So they unfortunately don't have Count Dooku's. However, what they do have is this tape is extremely annoying, but I'm very glad it did its job and held this thing closed while I was putting it in the shipping box and bringing it home. What they do have is Dooku's quick temporary, you know, pupil, apprentice, whatever you want to call her. They have Asajj Ventress's lightsaber in the Legacy Sabers. Hers retails for $139, so just a little bit above Obi-Wan's. But the added bonus of her saber is that she has, in many cases, dual wielded, but her saber actually can be made to connect to a second hilt. So you got to spend another $139, unfortunately, but you can connect a second saber to hers, and it makes it almost kind of like an S form. Now, I don't have it right now. I didn't buy a second one. I will eventually. So that's obviously going to be what's coming up at some point in the future, but I love how that thing looks. It looks great, looks amazing. And the cool thing about these legacy sabers is they've got good weight to them. They're actually made out of metal. They're not, I mean, there's some plastic parts involved, of course, but they're mainly made out of metal. So that's the good thing about them. And we'll get some batteries in those and get those turned on and all that other good stuff very soon. But first thing I wanted to do, I wanted to open this kyber crystal because this is one of the red ones. Hopefully it's one of the black obsidian crystals instead of just being a red one. So kind of wish I had brought my X-Acto blade over here, but we're gonna go ahead and just dig into it. Fingers crossed that this is going to be a black crystal instead of just a plain red one, because that would be extremely awesome if I can, during this unboxing, get blessed with a black obsidian crystal. Because not only is that awesome, I mean, either way, it still gives you a red blade, even though it's a black crystal, but it'd be very cool because it actually does have some hidden phrases on the holocron. So let's go ahead and open this up, and no luck, it is red, no big deal. It's still cool. So little kyber crystal, this goes for the custom sabers. The awesome thing, yep, now as you can see it a little bit on the close-up there, they've got black paper inside, so no more cell phone flashlight tricks to see which one you might be getting ahead of time. Disney kind of wised up to that. And maybe they wouldn't have wised up to it if you guys hadn't been posting it all over the internet, but I digress. So let's move on to the saber that I personally built at Savi's workshop. The whole saber building thing is a cool little experience. They take you in a room. They're in character, so they're acting as if you're building scrap and you're not building a lightsaber. They want to, hide you from the First Order. And they have you choose which type of saber you want to build. You guys know me, I am very much into the Sith, so I chose power and control as the saber styling. So these are the parts that I put together, made my saber. That is the saber ignited. Of course, under these lights, you're not going to get quite as a true red as you would normally get. But as you can see, good construction. Again, metal. So I mean, it's nice and durable. The only plastic parts, of course, are the blade itself, and then the inside of the saber, the housing, which holds your kyber crystal and all that, is also plastic. But everything else, solid metal, good construction, good weight to it, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. So that's what that saber looks like. And of course, like I said, I'll get a little bit of footage with the other two with blades and batteries in place. But essentially, just to let you guys know, a lot of people, dislike what Disney has done to Star Wars. They've ruined Star Wars. From a fan standpoint and a collector standpoint, I'm loving all of this merch. I honestly don't care what you guys think about their movies. The merch is undeniable, and call me a I don't know, call me a partial fan just because I'm only into the merch. I really don't care. A fan is a fan. I enjoy Star Wars. I've enjoyed it all my life. I'm digging the opportunity to go to a Star Wars park. That's something that, 15 years ago, you could have never told me that there was going to be a full-fledged Star Wars park to go to. And, just not too long ago, I went to one. And am planning to try to go to another one again in the near future and get more of this stuff that I didn't get the first time around. So If you want to see more of this content, obviously subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, tell me maybe a little bit about your experience if you've been to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Let me know if you enjoyed it, if you had fun, if you're planning on going. Leave a comment, ask questions, you know, here to talk to you guys, respond, and hey, this stuff is awesome. I'm GQ. I'm always awesome. So you guys have a good one, day, night, whatever, whenever you might happen to be watching this video. Check out culturejunkies.net, go to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, we're all over the place. And again, this is what is in the box. See you guys later.
Culture Junkies!